my name is Margaret Gann. I'm here at Guest & Gray Law Firm. I'm here to discuss our latest blog, 9 Tips for Successful Co-Parenting. We put it together by sort of polling our office, the people who work day in and day out, with our clients who are working in family law, whether they are getting divorced, they've already been divorced, just any case involving a child. And we put together this list of 9 ways that we think we could help our clients and just the general public deal with their ex-spouse or just the mother or father of their child a little better. So the first tip we have is commit to being positive. So being positive about your child's other parent and about the situation that you guys are in can greatly affect your outlook, it can help your child's outlook, and in the long run, it's going to help the overall relationship you have with your child's other parent. So being positive all around is just one of the easiest ways that you can make a difference completely on your own that will make a huge difference in your co-parenting relationship. So the second tip is try to stay consistent. Children thrive with consistency. So if you and your ex can agree to some sort of structured environment, if you guys can agree to keep the same type of routine and resist the temptation to be the sort of fun parent who doesn't enforce the rules or who doesn't try to keep the same routine going that your other parent has, then it can be extremely beneficial for your child. There have been numerous studies done that show when a child is in a structured environment all the time, they do much better. That's why that's the policy of the state of Texas, to try to keep these structured environments for these children, keep them on consistent routines, and it's one of the best ways that you can have a successful co-parenting relationship. Sort of going along with the last point, the third way that you can help your co-parenting relationship is if you update each other often. That means staying in touch with your ex in whatever way you can. If that means only communicating through a calendar that says this is what the kid's doing this week, then that's fine. But hopefully it's more you're contacting teachers, you're emailing, maybe getting some sort of text update daily saying this is what's going on with the child, has a cold, the child needs this round of antibiotics, whatever's going on. And also, the child tried to pull a fast one over on me or whatever happened. And that way you guys can all stay on the same page. You can prevent a lot of conflict by doing that, because that way you nip any sort of negativity in the bud by saying, this is what's going on, how are we going to handle this? And related to the third point, the fourth way that you can help to foster this positive co-parenting relationship is to be aware of your child's attempts to push the boundaries. Even the best children, when they end up in a separated parent situation, can be tempted to push the boundaries of either parent. And they may not directly lie to you, but they may sort of spin the truth in a way that might make the other parent look bad or make a situation seem to be something that it's not. And if you can stay aware of the fact that your child is trying to, get you to buy that Xbox for them or whatever they might be doing by a little bit of manipulation, it can really be helpful. So if you're keeping up to date on what's going on and you're staying aware of your children's attempts to push the boundaries, it can really help you foster a positive co-parenting relationship. The fifth tip would be to discuss concerns with your ex promptly and resist the temptation to assume the worst. So along the lines of the last one, if your child comes to you with something, or if you're noticing a behavior change, if you're noticing maybe a health issue, whatever it may be, and you think that it's the fault of the other parent, maybe bring that up with them immediately. If you hear something about a step parent, something like that, bring that up with the child's other parent and let them know what your concern is, what they can do to make it better, and you might find that they don't have a problem changing the behavior, or there might not even be a behavior to change, there might just be a miscommunication going on. Okay, so the sixth tip for effective co-parenting would be to have a shared calendar of the child's events. This might not seem like a big deal, but if you guys can be ahead of the game in communicating when every single activity is going to occur, when every important event's going on in the child's life, then you guys can avoid a lot of conflict, because that's one of the main things we have people accuse each other of, is not telling the other person when the child has a football game, when the child has cheer practice or whatever's going on, and they say that they want to be more involved in the child's life, but they don't know how to get there, they don't know when things are happening or whatever else. So it's very easy now to just share calendars across devices where you can just automatically update. It'll automatically update on your child's other parent's phone, computer, whatever it is. And that way they can be aware of all of the events, and you guys can be on the same page about what's going on in the child's life and show up to the events. And your child's going to be way happier having both their parents in the stands or at practice, or having them just to be able to talk about those things with them is going to benefit your child. The 7th tip would be to set up a child-only email. So you and your ex set up emails, and you only discuss your child on these emails. You don't discuss why you're mad at each other. You don't discuss something that's going on in downtown Rockwall or Forney or Kaufman. You discuss what's going on in the child's life, what doctor's appointments they have, just all the day-to-day details, why you're going to miss a pickup or a drop-off, if you have the flu, whatever's going on. And that way you can have a record of all of this that's really easy to access and really easy to get through if there's any discrepancy on what happened. Also, if you're like me and you tend to forget things, you can go back and say, what time did they say they were going to come pick the child up, or whatever else is going on in your life. And so setting up that email account that's dedicated to your child can be a really good way to have a very positive co-parenting relationship, because you're so focused on the child in that email. Hopefully you guys can get along a little better and keep your conversation focused on what's best for your child. So the 8th tip is to stay focused on what will be best for your child. This is one of the things that is extremely difficult when someone's going through a divorce or any sort of custody dispute. It sort of becomes a you versus them kind of thing, where you want to pull one over on the child's other parent. But if you can really focus on, is my kid going to be better off if they have a 50-50 custody schedule, or is it really best for this child to be in the same town during the week and only have to pick up and sleep somewhere else every other weekend? It can really help your case. It can help things move a lot faster. It can help everyone get along in the long run. It's one of those things that's very, case by case. Sometimes the other parent is a bad person, but a lot of times the other parent isn't a bad person. And if you guys can both get on the same page about what you both really want, which is for your child to have a good life and be happy, it can make that co-parenting relationship much better. And the 9th and final tip would be to focus on the good. So just focus on the good things that the other parent is doing, whether that is only that they showed up to a football game last month, or it's only that they always show up to drop off and pick up on time. If you can force yourself to think about the good things they're doing in their life, it can begin the process of getting to that positive co-parenting relationship. If you're constantly thinking of all the ways that they're falling short, all the negative things going on in their life, then it's going to put you in a negative state of mind. So focusing on the good is a great way for you to get yourself into a good state of mind and get that positive co-parenting going. If you have any questions regarding a family law matter, contact Guest & Gray and we can set up a time to talk with you. Our phone number is 972-564-4644, or you can find us online at guestandgray.com.